What's good? We are doing a review of the patch notes today, and I'm going to keep it relatively TLDR because it is long. I would more than love to talk about it in the comments below, anything you want to detail in specifically, but I'm pretty much going to do the things that I already don't know with a quick synopsis of things that I do. So for the role quest, each lane is now getting a quest where you get 2 times the points towards progress in that quest in the lane that you're assigned to, which gives you points for things like minions, plates, warding, things of this nature. You get more in the lane itself. If you leave the lane, you get like half of that. Once you complete it, each lane gets something different. Top lane gets a teleport. If you already have teleport, you get a quicken teleport with a shield. You also get 600 XP upon completion, which is new to me. I did not realize that. And you can go to level 20. Your level cap is higher. In the jungle, you get more movement speed in the jungle, more XP and gold per camp, and then you get increased smite damage as well, from 900 to 1,000 this season, and from 1,200 to 1,400. Big for me, because I'm a jungler. You Cho'Gath mains, you Jinx mains, no more stealing from my shit. I'm not miss-smiting. The mid lane, you have boots. You get tier 3 boots upon having tier 2 boots. So if you have tier 2 boots already, they'll immediately become tier 3. If you get your quest done and you haven't bought them yet, as soon as you buy them, they'll become tier 3. Every 5 minutes, you get a empowered recall as well. Every time you get a takedown, it reduces it by 1 minute. Bot lane, pretty much you get 300 gold on completing the quest. Then your item, your boots, move to the item slot, the new quest slot, and then you get room for a whole new 6th or I guess 7th item. You also get 50 more gold per takedown for the rest of the game, and 2 more gold per minion kill. Support, you get golden experience is reduced, so I don't know this. Golden experience from minion kills from support quest items are reduced by 25% out of the bot lane until level 3. All the support items now give you 9 gold per 10 seconds instead of the previous 5. And then control wards only cost 40, and your quest slot now allows you to hold 2 control wards, so you don't have to have them in your bag anymore. Otacon, no longer in the game. It's just gone. They tuned all the drakes and all the objectives in general. They give more health. They give less global XP, if any. A little bit more local XP. Little more gold. They are tankier, more armor, more MR, and they do a little more damage. Baron Nashor now does something that I noted was that it now adds 0.5 MR and armor shred per second to all near enemies now again. Camps, red and blue buff no longer gives everybody the buff at Baron. I think that's a huge one. They updated the slow to be a little bit stronger because now it starts at 10. It doesn't start at 5. And then the regen is incremental higher now at 1, 4, 6, and 11. Jungle rules. Monster damage amp is now 10% or 15% less dealing damage to you. Smite is now been increased, making it easier. Jungle takes 50% from non-epic monsters, making it so that you probably have more of a healthier clear, I imagine, is what they're looking for here. I doubt for experienced junglers this will matter a bit too much, but for people who are just getting in the jungle, which they've been pushing really hard lately, gonna make it easier to kind of understand. It now restores 15% energy on monster kills. This will be big for people like Zed. Or pet DPS has been increased overall. Base pet epic against epic monsters has been greatly increased. Scuttle Crab no longer spawns at -1, so now it gives increasing gold XP equivalent to its value. Kills required for first evolution are now 15. If you don't know what that means, Jungle Pet to get your upgraded smite would be 20. You'd have to get, so it used to be 40, so you'd have to get 20 monster camps to get your first smite, and then another 20 to get your second. It is now 15 and 35 are the markers. Feylight vision changes. If you don't know what Feylights are, basically they're little areas in the map, little yellow circles that if you ward, you get vision for 45 seconds of a area around that Feylight. It's a very specific area. You'll see it highlighted when you go to ward it, and it gives you that vision for 45 seconds. If I were to walk in that vision as an enemy, you will see me. A lot of these are actually huge in terms of what vision it grants. If you scanner and someone has vision there, it'll show you a red puff instead of a yellow puff. Yellow is ally, red is enemy. Red buff showing that it shows it. It does not have to scan the ward. It just has to scan the area, which is very interesting to me. Homeguards. Homeguards no longer really applies. The way it works now, TLDR, it's a little more specific than this, but is that it'll go to your outermost turret. It'll always go to your nexus and outermost minion wave if you're leaving the base and it will, after 14 minutes, and it will give so many units behind your outermost wave. Now that's TLDR, that's a little bit butched, but you'll see in game real easily what I mean. You lose it when you go into jungle. Crystaline overgrowth, if you don't already know, are these crystals that pile up over the tower. When you get on the, you'll see it, it's very obvious. And when you hit it, it does damage to the tower in addition to your auto attack, similar to a demolish proc. Speaking of demolish, demolish is now only a 3-hit passive as opposed to a 5-second passive. And there are items, there's a lot here. So if a Crystaline overgrowth has been built and you get something like the new item Bastion Breaker, and you also have demolish, for example, this, like, you could take a tower so quickly now. Game start time incredibly increased. It's now, instead of a minute 05 for minion spawn, it's 30 seconds. The camps you probably care about, which are red and blue and birdies, they now spawn at 55 seconds, which is considerably sooner. You'll notice that real quick, the game feels like it starts so much faster and the games feel so much paced faster. Turrets, all you have to really know is that essentially there's plates on all the turrets now, from tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Their plates are skewed from, instead of 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 25, 45, 70, and 100. The plates are not, it's like 600 gold put over the plate, but generally speaking, it's not going to give you extra gold. It's going to give you that much money. First tower gold is back. First blood is back as well, 400 gold. There's a lot of minute things like 5 more true sight on towers, 20% more damage from melee champions instead of 17 from more from range champions. And then there's a lot of like health changes. They get more health. They get more bonus AD has been reduced. Things of this nature. Minions. So what's huge about the minions, that at 14 minutes and 30 minutes, they become increased to every 25 seconds as opposed to 30, what it is now, and then every 20 seconds at 30 minutes. So what this means is that the game waves are increased at 5 and 10 seconds respectively, and that more gold or more chances at waves are on the map. Ideally, this increases gold and XP that you can get, but they do balance it. But with the quest, it also is increased, so it's yet to be determined, like, what the net positive gain is. I haven't heard anyone conclusively say anything about it. In my mind, it is a net increase, but at not a detrimental amount. ADCs, for example, to fulfill their quest to get their 7th item, is supposed to be able to get that item as if it was their 6th item. Definitely is increased, but not like you're going to be getting, you know, a full inventory just farming, you know, at 12 minutes just because there's so much more, 14 minutes just because there's so much more minion waves. Also, at 14 minutes, reduce your canyon waves, get 1 less melee. 30 minutes, you get 1 less ranged minion. And then they do different variable things now. Experience share is increased, melee minions is decreased, stuff like this nature. I'm gonna skip all the champions for now. I will be doing this. Just note that almost all the ADCs have been touched up because crit chance is now increased. ADCs feel very strong. They've all been nerfed, but it feels good. Like, it feels good. So crit damage is now 200%, and all these champions who go crit, oh my god, they feel so, ADC feels so good right now. That being said, they all hit nerfs, so don't freak out yet. Play a couple games with your favorite champion, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Omnivamp has kind of been retouched. So, Omnivamp now applies 100% value. Yeah, so they felt like Omnivamp wasn't doing its job, so now they're re-increasing it to do it. And instead of Doran's Blade getting life-draining passive, it now does 2.5% Omnivamp. We'll do another item one. Just know I personally think Dusk and Dawn is really good. I'll be playing a lot more Diana this season. They brought back Hextech Gunblade, you heathens. You fucking love this item, don't you? We'll be doing a video on this as well. Matchmaking, something that's huge. Agies of Valor. Agies of Valor, if you are living on a rock and haven't heard about it yet, is basically if you get auto-filled, you don't lose LP, and you gain, if you lose, and you gain double LP if you win. It incentivizes trying to play the game out. It incentivizes trying your hardest when you get autofilled. That being said, dodging no longer gets rid of autofill. That's huge for you people who don't want to play the role. Just play the role out. It's not a wasted 40-minute game because you lose nothing. And if you win, you get 60 LP. It's huge. And for those who never get autofilled because you play jungle all the time or whatever roles are needed, every so often, about the same rate you would get autofilled, you get a free Aegis of Valor buff. For a lot of you, this probably won't matter, but it does for some. D1 can now duo with everyone in Diamond up to Challenger, which has been a big debate right now in the scene on whether that should be okay. If you are Masters, Grandmasters, or Challengers, hell, even D1, What are your thoughts on this? If you are someone who this is affected by, I'm curious on how you personally feel, because I've heard a lot of hate about this, but I'm curious if it's that big of a deal, if you're happy that you can play with your buddies. So, I mean, I'm curious on your thoughts. ARAM Mayhem is here to stay for a while, if you're unaware. Demacia Rising is a new game. If you haven't seen that, I'm about to post a dev reaction video, a tidbit of it in there. Definitely a cool concept. I love this idea of game. Lobby hostage taking place. If you are somebody in Champion Select trying to make someone dodge, there is now a system that shows that for sure that if you get reported for trying to hostage the lobby, like trying to make someone else dodge, they will see that, and if they determine it to be true, the game will dodge itself. You will lose, you will be reprimanded, and the people who are in that lobby will not lose LP. This is kind of huge for people who troll, and it's another way to stop trolling, and I'm glad they've done it. Lane-based autofill matchmaking, I don't think they've rolled it out yet, but what they're trying to do is if you get autofill jungle, they're going to give you an autofill jungle as well. I don't know how this is going to affect queue timers, but I do hope that this works, because, you know, it feels bad going against someone that's an elo above you in a lane, 2 elos above you per se in a lane, and just lose. Demacia Cup, looking for people who want to be in a clash and take it serious. Let me know. That's the end of the thing. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I TLDR'd it. I would love to talk about specifics. I know I might have like butchered some of the minor aspects, but this is way too long. I'm not going to make an hour video about it. I don't think anyone will listen to it. Let me know in your thoughts, comments below what your thoughts are, and I will be interested to see. Look out for the dev update video and the item change video. I will see y'all next time, and come play with me on stream. Socials are... And love you guys. Bye!